Hi everyone, I'm Maria Sandblad and I have Kristina Hillgren here right beside me. Inspired by similar actions in the US and all over the world, we have been standing outside the US Embassy for 4 weeks, 4 Saturdays during the month of November with our demand to President Biden, US President Biden, to lift the sanctions against Cuba before leaving office the 6th of January.
Dear President Biden, I'm sure that you as a private person are against bullying, that you intervene when a big guy bullies a small guy. On CNN, I saw the press conference when you announced that a ceasefire in Lebanon was in sight. You were relaxed, smiling. I thought, President Biden is happy to contribute to something humane. In Stockholm, Sweden, 4 Saturdays in a row, we have been standing in front of the US Embassy, urging you, the President of the United States, to do the right and human thing, lift the sanctions on Cuba. The Republic of Cuba, with 11 million inhabitants, is a small guy. United States, the world's #1 economic and military power, is a big guy, the bully, who since more than 62 years torments Cubans in uncountable ways. Military invasion, various creative attempts to kill the country's former president, millions of dollars spent on Cubans, individuals and groups to complain about Cuba under the wings of the American eagle. Fake news published year after year by the Western media following the leader. But the strongest and most cynical tool is the inhuman embargo/blockade in force since more than 62 years. Let me quote, a then classified memorandum of April 6, 1960 by Lester Mallory, Deputy Assistant Secretary of State. The memorandum states verbatim that the US motive for the embargo is to cause the Cuban people to turn against their government by causing starvation and hardship, thus replacing it with a government that better serves US interests. Despite starvation and hardship caused by the blockade, the Cubans have not turned against the government of Cuba. Why? The answer is simple. The Cubans have a long history of fights for independence. Donald Trump once said, when he didn't need Miami votes, that dollars spent to make Cubans turn against their government was money lost. As President Trump used a stick, not carrots, to break Cuba. Trump's upcoming presidency does not look good for the Cubans. UN General Assembly annually votes pro or against the blockade. Only the US, Israel, and maybe some small country wants the blockade to remain. The European Union has also voted against the blockade. Countries, companies, banks and individuals are punished by the US if trading with Cuba. They too are being bullied. Cuban doctors are the first on the scene to help in disaster areas all over the world. Give Cuba credit instead of designating the country as a state sponsor of terrorism. President Biden, please do the right and human thing. Remove Cuba from the list of state sponsors of terrorism, OSST. Cancel Trump's 243 measures against Cuba. Propose Congress to lift the blockade. Greetings from Stockholm, Sweden. Kristina Hillgren, psychologist, and Maria Sandblad, freelance journalist. Build bridges to Cuba of friendship and respect.